Hello, guys. Change of plans, and I hope everybody's okay with it. I just found out, and I'm just got home because I took Huxley somewhere, and he'll be back later. But I just found out that I have to take him somewhere tomorrow night, like evening. Gosh dang it! Hate that. I have something in my eye. Punky, why don't you sit up here, please? Anyway, the point being, hey guys, sorry I'm late. The point being is, if you're cool with it, I mean, you don't have to come, but we're going to do Colts and Crims tonight because otherwise I can't do it tomorrow night. I'm not going to be here. I have to take Huxley and a friend, which is kind of cute. I found this in my going through my jewelry. I got this in Kansas City a long time ago. It's stamped. It's like signed. It's an old vintage heavy turquoise cross. Isn't that kind of cool? I need to fix the length though. I'm really off. I wasn't ready to start the stream, but I was already late. Oh, I didn't even attach it. Geez, there's a lot going on here. So if that's okay with everybody, whoever watches Colton Crims, for those of you that watch, we're going to do it tonight at about 8:15 my time. Hey, Reflections. Thank you, mods, for being here. Liz Tricks, welcome, babe. Hey, Karen. Hey, K-Space. DS Kitty. Diana H. Mrs. Carson. Debbie Gonzalez. Kathy Burkhart. Wow. Hey, Erica. Lady O. Vanessa Carroll. Hey, Panda. I love Panda. Hey, Lenora Gray. I Rule. Joanne Hawley. Hey, Buffy. Starlina. Laura Lou. Scientology up north. You were killing me today. Linda. Ghost Rider. Okay, Laura Lou, good. You're the one person that's going to come watch tonight. Aspire to Inspire. Hey, Alana. Alana, I'm getting excited for you. Hey, Reflections. Hey, Angie Moe. Let's see. Rachel Sandy. Lenora Gray. Is it still Colts and Crims? No, it's called something else. I really think we should change it back to Colts and Crims because I still call it that and I can't remember what the new one's called. I'll find out. My mods can help me. Hey, Deborah Ricci. Vince from Wisconsin. Hey, Debbie Zito. Christine Honeyloo. Joanne Palmer. Sigrid. Hey, Lumen. Hey, Cindy Cat Lover. Do I have... Okay. I'm trying a new lipstick, and I think I like this color. The true test is talking for a couple hours. So I'm trying these out, and I'm returning ones and getting different ones because you can do that at Sephora. Thanks, Deborah Ricci. And so far, because they don't make the old Sephora lip stains, and I'm running out because I've been using them. Okay, Joanne too. Millie, hey, hey, Lilac Lime, Baby Lily Pad, Nancy Jane. Okay, I caught up. Hey, Julie. Thanks, Alana. Oh, Tommy and Reese, rumors you can relate to. That's it. I'm running out of my old Sephora lip stains because I've had them for years, and I can't get replace them, and I don't like the new Sephora formula that they're using. So I've been kind of on the hunt for a while. Hey, Katie did it. Hey, Karen. For a new lip stain that will stay for hours, that like you can drink and it won't come off. That's not easy to find, it's 2026. What? I don't know. I don't understand. Do I look puffy to you? Oh, I do. You know why? I ate my noodles today. I ate my damn noodles that I got at Costco. Remember when I was on a noodle kick and I was like eating them every day and I was gaining all this weight like Regina George in Mean Girls, and she was eating all those protein bars, but they were to make you gain weight. Hey, Jess. I can tell I'm puffy from it. Like I look all puffed out. I got to throw those damn noodles away. I'm going to give them to my mom. So anyway, I got these. Debbie Zito said she's been using these. The Dior liquid lipstick. Okay, well, I'm going to try a new House Labs liquid lacquer or something, but I'm really liking this brand, Ilia. And this color is Night Bloom, and it's a lip sketch hydrating crayon. Hey, DNV. And I really like it because it's just a simple thing. It's just a pencil and you just draw it on. And I like that. It's just easy. So we're seeing, I tried the other one in that one color case something, I think is the name of it. Hey, Heather. And it stays on. I've worn it on streams for a couple hours and it doesn't come off. So, and the colors are nice. I mean, really, I like this color. This is kind of, besides like a bright, like a fuchsia, you know, I like to do that in the summer. This is really like an everyday color for me. It's like got a little bit of a berry, a little twinge of like a plumish to it. I mean, honestly, I would like this to be a little bit brighter. It's a little dark for me, but I like it. Yeah, Alana, I'm into it. It's a stain for sure. Yeah, Katie did it. It says lip sketch hydrating crayon. But when I was at Sephora, they were like, these stain, and it is. Hey, Jerry Ellen, I tried a different color that's working too. Charlotte Tilbury makes amazing lip products, and you might start to speak in British accent automatically when you put it on. I haven't tried a lot of Charlotte Tilbury lip products, but I definitely use her contour thing and some of her highlighters. But otherwise, I haven't been like in love with Charlotte Tilbury. 8:05 DNB, my time. So, guys, I have some really exciting news. Something really exciting happened today, and I haven't talked about it because I didn't want to jinx it. But I knew that you would be proud once it happened, and I told you. So we have been Huxley's biggest thing right now, his biggest thing in life is, and I understand we've all been there. Yeah, that's it, Joanne Palmer. I ordered one. Hey, Puka Vista. We've all been here. The biggest goal in Huxley's life is, happy birthday to your brother, Buffy, is driving. He wants a car really bad. I'm going to help him get a car. We found a car that we want. My husband's birthday is today. I rule happy birthday to your husband. Hey, Armine. We found a car that's a really good deal and he wants to get it, but cart before the horse, right? So I like though that, well, thanks, Donna Cooper. I like that he's setting goals. Like he found something, he researched it, he wants this. It's a truck actually, but hey, Barbara, wait. We went he's been studying to get the driver's learner's permit, right? And I took him last Thursday and he failed the test and he was really bummed about it. And he just was so sad. And I was like, Hux, I don't know if it's just Huxley or if this is a teenage thing, but he has very little coping skills. You know, I understand that he's got raging hormones and hey, just as I am. But he struggles when like he doesn't succeed at something. Hey, Raspberry Beret. And he was very, very bummed out. And so I haven't said all this just because, again, I didn't want to. I want to try Pink Door, Debbie. That's one I want to try. I was too scared to order it. Well, Ellie, you know, Ellie at the store who owns the store, she was like, Huxley, I failed 3 times. So I was trying to like, he doesn't seem to understand. He doesn't seem to comprehend that like, when he failed last week and I was driving him to school after, I was like, he was so upset. And I said, Hux, I hate to put it this way, but I was like, you're going to fail at many things. Like failing doesn't equal losing. It means you try again and you get better and you sharpen your skills, right? He is Lenora Gray. And I was like, I hate to tell you this, but like, there's going to be jobs that you don't get in life. Like you're going to get dumped by girls, right? Like, you're going to have to accept the fact that like defeat can happen and we just get up, dust ourselves off and we try again, right? The permit, Debbie. So he passed today. We have been practicing every night after my streams. There's in Tennessee, you can take practice tests online. And last night I was like, if we're going in the morning, I want to see him. So we sat on the couch together. And he took 10 tests. It's, I think, 12 questions. And they're just practice. They're just practice ones. He got 100% every time he took it. Every one of those we did 10. It took, I don't know, it took about an hour. And I was like, okay, good, do it again. I mean, I'm such a Scientologist. I was like, good, do it again. Number of times over equals certainty. He was like, I think I'm good. I was like, I don't care. We're doing it again. I'm not going to go wait at the DMV for 15 hours for you to fail this. Like, I got shit to do, man. Do it again. Hey, sorry, Renee B. So I was so excited for him. I was like, look, he got his picture taken. Look at his broccoli hair. He has a haircut coming up. But yeah, I'm really proud of him. This is something that he's really, really worked toward and practiced and practiced and practiced. And I was just really proud of him. I was happy for him. And I was like, wait till I tell everybody, hey, Kim is blue. It's a huge accomplishment. Jerry Ellen, absolutely. Yeah, I can understand. She says you have to understand it's like one of the first big things as a step toward being an adult. I can understand his disappointment on this. I can too. Trust me, I understand. But at the same time, he was just so like beating himself up about it all week. And I was like, Huxley, hey, Heather Rhodes, I know it's a huge milestone, but I was like, Hux, like, we will get it done. Like, I think sometimes like their mind isn't fully developed, right? So I think that he thinks it's like end of the world stuff. Like, I'm never going to pass. Like, I think he thought he failed and he was like, I'm not, now I'm going to be 25 and not, I was like, Hux, you're going to get there. And he was like, yeah, sure. Like, he was just like really upset. Yeah, the practice tests are great. Thanks, Cindy Cat Lover. Hey, Audra. I know. Yeah, he's got his learner's permit, Audra, so he can drive with me in the car, an adult over 21. So the only thing I'll say that's weird about that's hard for me, and this is bizarre, but it's very much true. I can't relate to that kind of stuff with him very well as a mother of a teenager. I don't relate to it. What was I doing at his age? I was working 12 to 14 hours a day full time on staff at the Church of Scientology in Kansas City. And I had been doing that since I was just starting 14 years old. So it's a weird. I also don't have kids to compare to, right? Like, I don't have anything to compare to and be like, well, his older brother was, right? Like, I sometimes get sad about it and I feel weird about it, but I try not to. I got my license. I think I was 18 when I got my license, when I came to Kansas City to see my mom after I was doing drugs. While I was doing drugs when I turned 16 and went to Omaha and I started doing meth. Hey, Nicole Hazelmiller. And I stayed with my sister during all the time. Couldn't drive. I never drove. I took the city bus. So when I got to Kansas City, my mom and her husband at the time, before they got divorced, were both showing me in parking lots, like, how to drive. But I wasn't in any kind of big hurry for it. But I went and took the test in Kansas City. Yeah, Joyce Drager, it's no big deal. But again, it's like, just like anybody, if you're a decent human being, right, you try to see what they're focused on and what their problems are from their point of view. I mean, that's what I try to do. I try to see it through somebody else's eyes, because if we don't do that, hey, Joan Marie, if we don't do that, then we're kind of selfish, because you're only going to see things from how you would do it. And no one cares how you would do it. That's not right. I mean, when people give me a problem, I'm not going to like talk down to them and be like, well, I would do this, or why didn't you do what I did? That's not how that works. And Huxley does know how to drive. He's been driving a long time, working on the farm. He drives, what do they call him? He calls it a gator. Hey, Hippie J. It looks like a golf cart, but it's like for farming. It's for off-roading and stuff. He's been driving one of those forever. So yeah, Tamber June. I did not fail. But I remember when I took my actual driving test, I remember taking it with the man in the car, and he had me change lanes. He tricked me on purpose in an intersection. We were driving through an intersection, and he said, now get in the left lane. And I did. And I went, that was a trick, wasn't it? I said, because I just changed lanes in an intersection. I said, I know that's illegal and I know it's wrong. I've been studying the book. And he was like, okay, as long as you know. So I passed. Hey, Allie, I feel like I haven't seen you for a little bit. Hey, babe, welcome in. Joan Marie, thank you. She gifted a membership. Whoever got that. Thank you, Joan Marie. Hey, Tammy, that was really kind, Joan Marie. I can't either. DS Kitty, I can't parallel park. I don't know how to parallel park. I don't want to know how. I'm honestly not interested. Thanks, Christian. Like it's kind of like studying anything. I'm like, I could learn. I don't want to learn. I don't know how to do it. And I get embarrassed every time I go to the Costco gas pump because there's 3 pumps to a thing. And I've told you, if my mom's with me, remember that time? The middle pump opened up, but the first and last one was still occupied. And my mom was like, get in, Reese. She was like, the middle one's open. And I was like, Diane, I don't know how to parallel park. I'm not going in there. And she was like, oh, come on. You can do it. And I was like, no, I can't. And it's not like we're in a rush, Mom. I was like, we'll make it just fine waiting. And the Costco gas attendant was like walking around with a little vest on. And just like the time that we went and got something at a deli in a restaurant, remember my mom was like, oh, she can't eat that. She doesn't have a gallbladder. She'll poop her pants. Remember that? I was like, thanks, Mom. That's cool. That's okay, Allie. Hey, Heather. Hey, Mama Bear. I have to adjust my bra. Same thing. She looks at the Costco gas guy and she's like, she can't parallel park. She's like, she can't. She can't. Like, she's like pointing. I was like, when people do shit like that, I just sit there anymore. I'm literally silent. I was just like, because I really don't know what else to do in the Moose, quit being annoying. Thanks, Robin. I really don't know what else to do in those situations. My mom does that. Yeah, Kim is blue. She literally did that. She's like, she can't parallel park. She was like, she can't do it. I just was like, I don't have time for this. Heather says, oh, I remember that story. I know. It was, yeah, Diane. There's so many Diane stories. I can't pick people up at the airport. Hey, Anna Banana. It makes her nervous. Laura Lou. I don't mind picking people up at the airport. I mean, I do because it's like an hour and 20 minutes away. I don't really want to, but I don't mind doing it. Although the airport can be an annoying, like rushy. People are like, you got parking attendants that are like, move on, move on. And like, there's just a lot going on. It can be peoply and it can be kind of nerve wracking. I get it. Thank you for being a member, by the way. It takes a seriously cool girl set of baseball hats to wear. Well, thank you, Mama Bear. I love hats. And today my hair looked terrible. So that's when I wear a hat, when I don't like my hair. Hey, Sharon. There are a lot of crazy drivers. And honestly, I'm going to look forward to Huxley learning here on these country roads, if that makes sense. Like he's going to, these are nice, easy roads. You can take it easy. I don't like to drive at night out here because there's no lights. Hey, Sophia, but I do like, I just take it slow when I'm driving out here. It's pretty things to look at. I'm looking forward to that, but I'm really proud of Huxley. He's been wanting, I got to send that picture to his dad. He's been wanting this for a long time. And it's honestly my fault that he hasn't gotten a permit yet. But he started driver's ed second semester of this year. And the second he started, he was like, okay, let's go get my permit. And I was like, yeah, I really would prefer that you take this class just for like a couple of months so that you can practice in driver's ed, but also get some learning experience with the book. And so that was my fault. And he was not happy with me about that. But I was like, dude, there's no rush. It's not like you're 19. You're not behind. I said, I just want you to get through some driver's ed classes. And that's why I put this off. Like I could have done it right when he turned 16 and I didn't want him to. I wanted him to practice in driver's ed. I don't know if that makes it kind of shitty of me, but I don't know. I just thought, why take the class? Like I want you to learn before you go get started on this. Maybe I'm wrong. So yeah, we're happy for Huxley. That's exciting. We're gonna do a Colton Crims tonight because I have to take Huxley somewhere during that time tomorrow night. So it's either skipping Colton Crims this week or we can do it tonight. I guess we could do it Saturday night, but I already told him I would do it tonight, so that's fine. That's fine. Thanks, Heather. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Mama E says not in the long run, he's better for it. Guys, I don't know. It's just, it may just be me, but I feel like 16 is really young to be on the damn road. Like kids have raging hormones. Like, hey, Sin, they're all over the place. Like girls and boys. I feel like emotionally, they're very, very hard to control things at this age. So it's like, do you really think that putting them behind the wheel of a death machine is a good idea? I just think like 18. I think 18. You become an adult at 18. Why wouldn't you like even 17 maybe? And Huxley told me some states it is 17. Yeah, Jerry Ellen. Yeah, Angie Mo. I think it's like especially with here's the thing for me too. I know we all are like we got a license early. We also didn't have cell phones and social media. And that's the other thing. You know, whenever I'm driving on the highway and I see some young person, I always see them looking at their phone doing 75 miles an hour. And I'm like, man, I don't I'm not comfortable giving a 16-year-old a phone and a car. Like, I don't know. We're just gonna practice very take it easy, take it slow. Yeah, Mrs. Carson. I just also don't feel like we're in a big rush here. It's just not a rushy rush type of thing. You know, you take the school bus, I take you places. I'm going to help him get a car, but even still, it's like it's not like it's not like you have 3 jobs you need to be at and you're supporting 4 kids. Chill out. We don't need that yet. How long before he can get his license? He has to wait 6 months. Do they make them have an adult and no other kids for 6 months in Tennessee? What do you mean have an adult and no other kids? He has to have someone 21 or older to use his driver's permit in a car with him. Yeah, it's just I don't know. I don't. None of us were sitting there looking at our phones whilst driving a vehicle at 16, right? Like you could have a bunch of your friends texting you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't like any of it. It makes me sad. I know enough people that have had kids that have had accidents. It freaks me out. I get that, Angie. I get that. I didn't have a regular upbringing though, my childhood. So like, yeah, the cost of insurance, I haven't even gotten a quote yet. Honestly, I don't want to know. In the car after he gets his license. Oh, that Mama E, Erica, I have no idea the rules, the laws on that yet. I haven't checked into that. Oh, I was like, what was I just saying? I don't have, I don't relate. I don't relate. I did not have memories like this. You know, I wasn't driving around with my friends. Like I wasn't doing any of that, like Angie Mo, right? Like I didn't get a license at 16. I didn't care. And yeah, I wish that I had those kinds of memories, honestly, where like I was driving to high school or I had my girlfriends with me in the car. None of that. I didn't do any of that. I was in Scientology. Very different animal. Insurance is insane for teens. What is insane, Shelly? And I know I think it's higher for boys. I know, Donna Cooper, people drive and text all the effing time. What is insane? Like $500 a month or $300 a month or 800? Yeah, Paula J. I know. A lot of people have said that. Sophia, she's like, you really didn't have a childhood. I don't think that I did. I don't think that I really did have a childhood. There wasn't much there. I don't have a lot of memories of like other kids and doing stuff that a normal girl would do. Hey, Charlene, and I'm not even sure what those normal things are, but again, I wish that I had finished high school. I wish all those things. It's a bummer. I wish I had those kinds of memories. 800 to 1500 every 6 months. So what would that be a month? What does that break down to? I feel like it's going to be more than that. Yeah, I don't know. He needs to be insured with a learner's permit. No one's told me that yet, but it doesn't matter because we're not going to be driving, and I'm certainly not going to. Yeah, Seamus, I just let him in. He's being annoying. I might put him back out. I'm probably not going to have Huxley driving my car much. I'm going to have him practice on one of the farm cars. They have cars that they use there for like toting stuff around and all that, like SUVs and trucks, older cars. We'll probably practice on one of those. I really don't want him practicing with my car only because I only have one car and I can't really afford if something happens to it. Oh, that's sweet, Robin Miners. It goes by state. Yeah, it depends on the vehicle. I knew that. I knew that. It's better if you pay every 6 months. It's cheaper. Monthly is way more expensive. It depends on your insurance. I pay every 6 months for mine. I pay $1,200 a year for car insurance for my car. And I pay $600 in July and $600 in January. So, I mean, that's how I do it. I've never done that before. I used to pay monthly, but I just do it 6 months at a time now. I don't know. I'll have to call my insurance company and see how much it is. Whatever it is, his daily driver is what he should drive on the actual test. Allie, I don't understand what that means. So yeah, I'm really proud of him though, and I knew you guys would be too. I wanted to give you that exciting information. Oh, thank you for doing that, Yadira. I need to take some stuff there, hopefully this weekend. Why would rates be double in Michigan? What does that have to do with anything? Why is Michigan being double? Somebody just sent me a text. A lot of people are reaching out, like people that I know from the past. You pay over $500 a month in Fort Lauderdale for insurance. Well, here's the reason I don't pay. I always have full coverage. Hey, Cat, but I've had one speeding ticket in my whole life, and I was like 21, maybe 19. I don't even remember. Hey, Marie Marion, and I haven't had any accidents, and I think I've only had 2 accidents in my whole life. They were like fender benders. So I'm a very careful driver. I'm not a distracted driver. I pay very close attention and I don't like, I always keep cars really far apart in front of me. I consider myself a good driver. What was I just about to say? Oh, a lot of people are reaching out to me from the past, like old friends of mine. Yeah, Shelly. Hey, Don Pariso, about these TikTok kids. I didn't realize they're kids. Are these younger people? Because the 2 people in the last 24 hours, hey, Karen Doll, that have reached out to me have said they're kids. I figured about 200 a month. Yeah, Debbie, thanks. That's crazy. So an old friend of mine just texted me and said, have you seen this? And it says, I'm not going to open and read the whole thing. It said Jenna is giving them tips. Well, I'll go open it. You see how these kids are breaking into Scientology and doing runs, and how Jenna Miscavige is giving them tips on how to get into the tunnels and into the OSA offices? Is that true? Hey, Maine. Hey, Skeeter. Is that true? No fucking way. Wow. I don't pay attention to any of the new stuff, and I don't pay attention to what other people are doing. She's giving them tips on how to get in. Oh, wow. Holy. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I did not know that. That's an old friend. But then I had an old friend yesterday reach out to me, and he's a guy, and he said, he texted me the TikTok thing, and he said, have you seen this? He said, it's amazing. 8:05 or 8:15 my time, I rule, and that's also Tommy's time, which is Central. I had a male friend of mine reach out yesterday, and he goes, I think it's amazing that they're doing this. And I said, I think it's absolutely horrific that they're doing this. Hey, Kaza. And he said, no way, you do? And I said, yeah, way. I think it's disgusting. I think it's absolutely horrific that they're doing that. And he said, why would you feel that way? It's amazing. And it's interesting to me because that just shows you the uh, it's the current hate that we're getting now, guys. Like, people who love and support the Marilyns and the Susies, they're going to do that in droves, right? They're going to be like, I think what they're doing and tearing down Reese and Nora, and I think it's wonderful. And then you're going to have people on our side going, are you out of your damn mind? We're never going to reach, it's divided. Everybody's divided. So it's crazy to me. It's very dangerous. Easy way to get arrested on a felony hate crime. These are young kids wanting to charge them as adults. F around, find out, I guess. Legally, it's a bad idea. Hey, Original Ann, I would not believe any of that crap. You would not believe any of what crap, Ann? What do you mean? I can't speak to it much because I haven't really looked into it. I haven't gone and watched a lot of it myself, and I don't follow all this stuff as much as some of you guys do. But to me, I don't know. I really feel we talked about this the other day, but guys, I just don't think that's, I guess you're at, I look at things very differently than you look at things because I was a Scientologist. It's very much the other side of the fence when I look at stuff that has to do with Scientology versus you guys. Do you see that? It's a little different for me. It just is. It hits differently for me. And I am trying to see where something like that would be. Hey, Nancy, quit enabling. Nancy posted in our Facebook group today pictures of an egg salad sandwich she made that she cut into triangles. Nancy, I don't know whose side you think you're on here, but you're on notice. You're an enabler. Why break the law? I guess is what I'm asking. And also, how is that doing it? How does that, I guess when I think about it and I think about the, when I was in Scientology, I remember a long time ago, I was way younger, but I was looking out the windows and this went on for a while, but I was like in session or I would be on course and I would look out the windows. The auditor would be giving me a command or the coach, whatever I would be doing. And I remember seeing all those anonymous guys and they were wearing the masks and they were holding up signs and they were protesting and they freaked me out, right? I remember not wanting to take our lunch break and like leave outside of the building to go get something to eat because I was freaked out by that. Okay. And in this day and age, like that was just them. When you think about it now, compare that to this TikTok stuff, that was just peacefully. They were just standing there with signs, right? Can you imagine someone running into your place of religion? Now, I know none of us believe it's a cult, but at the time I thought that was my religion. Okay. Nowadays, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? For me, I think active shooter. I think get down. I think you're in danger. When you've got a bunch of kids rushing into a building, whether it be a church, a school, a mall, when they're like flying through and dispersing and all of that, yeah, it's terrifying. And I don't think it's doing anything. You're scaring the ever living out of the people in there, which is really unfair. That's their space. Is that fair? Because they're Scientologists, is that fair to like go in and terrorize them and freak them out in their, like, they're in their safe space at work. That's what they believe. It just seems really abusive. What is the purpose, right? Yeah, it's a dangerous game, but it's also just like, I guess I'm trying to figure out where is it helping you guys to go, I'm so glad I saw that. I'm never going to do Scientology. It's not to me. I mean, you're not exposing the crimes of Scientology. You're not talking about the abuses of children or anything. You're not showing what LRH said that's abusive. You're just performatively running into a building, thinking you're funny, and like it's I'm not seeing the purpose of that. Why wouldn't you do it in a more smart way where you can talk about Scientology and like show and direct to the abuses of it and how people have lost family and the real stories? Like I said the other day, the guts of it. Yeah, Jill Turner. Instead, it actually makes a lot of people probably feel sorry for Scientology who don't know much about it. Think about that for a minute. Think about the pretty much like 98% of the world that is not super educated on Scientology. I meet people very regularly and I go, "Have you ever heard of Scientology?" And they're like, "Oh, Tom Cruise." They don't know what the fuck it is, right? So, yeah, I saw that, Dawn. I saw someone say that. So take those average people that don't know what it is, right? And at 60 million people, or how do you know that number? You're telling me from this TikTok thing, how do you know that number? How is that accurate? 60 million people are now asking, what is Scientology? So then let's take half of that number. 30 million of them might go into an org and go, I feel so bad for you guys, and I would love some help in life. What do you guys do here? Right? It could spark some curiosity to join Scientology. It's not harming Scientology. Hey, Punisher, I also think it makes Scientology a little bit of the victim. Some people, lots of people who don't know what it is might go, that's so sad for those people. And it is sad for those people. I don't think anybody deserves that kind of treatment. That's their safe space in there. There's ways to protest and do it right and legally and not be a dirtball about it. That's super unethical, right? Hey, Iwa, like, do you hate like certain hospitals or other churches? And if you don't like them or support them, do you just send like a group of 30 people in to start screaming and like running up and down the stairs and scaring the shit out of everyone? Do they deserve that just because you don't? You see what I'm saying? And to what end? How far does this go? I don't like that. I don't like that. I feel the same way about this as I did when Aaron was terrorizing Scientologists on the streets. Yeah, I mean, there's that too. I look back, wow, SP fans. I look back on the times, those clips where I saw Aaron like go up to that man who was a Scientologist. He had like a 6-year-old boy with him. He had a little boy with him. And Aaron was like, I'm going to beat your ass. What did he say? He was like, you little pussy, I'm going to beat your ass. David Miscavige is going to beat your ass. Like, that's terrorizing people, threatening people, trying to intimidate people. I don't know. It just doesn't feel right. I told you guys, I would absolutely. I mean, you've seen how I protest. That's just how I do it. And I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, but Jesus, I just don't think that. I think they're human beings. And I don't think they deserve that. That just doesn't feel right to me. That doesn't feel right at all. I don't know what their rights are there. I was wondering that too. The end result will be Scientology using deadly force. I don't know. How many things do you know of today that aren't done the dirtball way? I agree it's wrong, but it seems to be the way. Yeah, I mean, people resort to violence a lot. People resort to just spouting out lies, numbers, things like that, just for us to believe. I don't blindly believe anything. And it's disappointing to me. I didn't know that there were people out there like encouraging it and telling people how to I mean, are these kids? Are they really kids? Doesn't really matter whether they're kids or adults to me, but I just think kids are more important because they have their whole life ahead of them. So if this is like kids, like my kids' age, if Huxley did something like that, he could potentially get a felony. He could ruin his life doing something like that. I would not, as a mother, I think it's wrong to encourage something like that. Just it feels wrong to me. There are other ways to expose Scientology. Hey, Anna, Anna, I haven't seen you in a while. TikTok puts out a lot of lies, probably a big lie. High school students? These are high school students. So they are my kids' age. Oh, hell no. That's so sad. They're going to ruin their whole life over this. Because let's face it, guys, I don't know how much you know this. Scientology will not F around with this. If they can catch these kids, they will press charges to the fullest. They don't fuck around. They are fair gamers to the extreme. They will absolutely come for you. I had no idea. High school kids, they're under 18. Hey, Rhonda McNeil, that is really sad to encourage young kids to go commit felonies. Why would you do that? Why would you want your name on that? I certainly would not get on that bandwagon. How bad are you going to feel if these kids get shot or hurt or go to prison for 15 years because of that? I would feel very guilty, but I don't go into other people's lanes much unless they've attacked me first. And Jenna has never attacked me, so I'm not going to sit here and attack her. Hey, Trace. They want hate crime charges brought against them. Buffy, there you go. They're playing with fire, Charlene. There you go, guys. And if they can get those hate crime charges pinned on those kids, they will. And guess what else sucks? They're richer than all of us, guys. They're an $8 billion tax-free organization. It's not really a bear that you want to fuck with. You know how you always say there's a bigger bear? They're a much bigger bear. That's why I think like protest the right way, go about this the right way, do everything legally, because if you do something illegally, they're going to come for you. Yeah, I would never support or encourage something like that, especially kids. What if they get hurt? What if one of them loses their life over that? Is that worth it? And you can lose your life over that by going to prison for 20 years. You're going to lose most of your life by doing that. That sucks. It's just, there's so many amazing ways to expose the evils of Scientology. That ain't one of them. I'm part of a religion that is constantly mocked. Yes, you're a Mormon. I knew that. A couple times a year, we have a huge service. There are always protesters screaming at us that we're going to hell. It's terrifying. Yeah. And hey, Pat Jonas, that's why I'm very protective of you in here, Rachel Sandy, because I know you're a Mormon. And I always say, like, nobody's allowed to come in here and say that, that Mormonism is a cult or whatever it is. And I know you get attacked. So we keep our views to ourselves there. And I don't feel that way because I don't know anything about Mormonism, to be honest. But I understand. I understand what it feels like to be mocked or attacked for what you believe in. And while Scientology is absolutely a cult, and I know that, and thank you for being a member, Rachel, that's the only religion I would attack. Shameby, you're really frustrating our life. That's an anthropology chair. Thank you. Thank you so much, Shameby. He's a big boy. Shameby, Shambert. So anyway, guys, I wasn't intending to talk about that, but I keep getting, that's the second text I've gotten about this. And yeah, Michael Malloy was a Mormon. He was. Yeah. I'm not here to tear down other people's beliefs or religions. It's absolutely not the place for that. And hating does get you nowhere, Charlene. It really does. And that's kind of more what I wanted to talk about today. And I know we've kind of been talking about it, but it's the heat and the hate is turning up right now, I would say, in this kind of tiny community that we're in. And I said this yesterday, nobody's going to win this. It's all by design. Like, we are all doing this to each other. One sec. Oh, wow. Really? Who's the guy on the bottom? Sorry, everybody. Well, not in here, they don't, Diana H. I would never let anybody step on anybody's religion in here or beliefs. There's no winner of this because I truly believe this is by design. And I really also, it's more clear to me than ever. It's more clear to me than ever that not just here on YouTube, but just in the world, the news, everything that you're experiencing at your job, in your families. Do you agree with the title of this stream? If somebody or an entity or a group of people can't control you, what do? They do a bit of like a hate or a smear campaign. We've talked about this, but they plant seeds of doubt. Yeah, it's such a good comment. That's exactly what I was thinking. It's not protesting, it's a stunt. It's a stupid challenge and dangerous. It's a stunt. It's counterproductive for the protest movement. Yes, Pamela nailed that. Yes, that's exactly what I would say. That's exactly perfectly putting it. Thank you, Pamela. Yeah, Jill Turner. Joanne Hawley says getting information out about Scientology and telling of its cult indoctrination. Who are the people that are to be held accountable in your eyes? Is it David Miscavige alone or the people that are doing the harm? Lilith Fire, I don't know what that means. I don't know what ROs. What is your opinion about everyone trying for ROs? Who's everyone and what are ROs? I don't know what you mean. Getting information out about Scientology and telling of its cult indoctrination. Who are the people that are to be held accountable in your eyes? Is it David M. Merlin? That's a great question, Joanne Hawley. Restraining orders, okay, but against who? Who are we? Who's trying to get everyone getting our restraining orders? I'm not in the loop on a lot of this kind of news. I don't keep up with the current Scientology stuff. This is the only reason I know is people are reaching out, showing me this stuff. The online streamers wanting restraining orders against each other. Who the hell is doing that? What online streamers? This is the first I've heard of that. Who's trying to get a restraining order against somebody? How interesting. How bizarre. Joanne Hawley, that is a really good question. Who is to be held accountable on the harm and like the eesh, girl? It's definitely not David Miscavige alone. Absolutely not, in my opinion. But I'm not probably the right person to ask. I would say someone like Jenna, someone like Nora, right? Who's actually Liz, who's actually doing the work, like of exposing this. I don't know who Crackhead Kenny is, but I know who ZDT is. So I'm probably not the right person to ask Lilith. I'm not in the loop on that stuff. But I definitely think, Joanne, here's why to me it's so many of them. And I may not be the best person to ask because I'll use myself as an example. I was statutorily raped, right? In Scientology. I was 14, he was 24. Thank you for your super chat. And this is such a good question. I have all kinds of proof about this, and you guys know that. But I have all kinds of proof that everybody knew about it. Everybody knew about it. My dad knew about it, right? All of my seniors, I didn't have any juniors. All of my seniors knew about it. They bought me cigarettes as a minor. There was another girl, I will not name her, but there was another girl that was also being statutorily raped. That's her story. And I just don't feel comfortable naming her. But she was sleeping with a guy who ended up going into the Sea Org. He's still in the Sea Org. She was 15. I want to say she was 14 or 15 at the time. And he was like 29. Yes, Buffy. And so I hold all of them accountable. Not all of them are evil, but let me ask you this, because this is an interesting question, and some of you may say yes, some of you may say no. Do you think it's evil to know about statutory rape like that in my situation? Do you think it's evil that probably 50 people knew about that and did nothing? Said nothing? Do you think that that's evil? I'm interested in your answer on this. I'm just waiting. I'm reading your answers and I'm just waiting to respond because I'm curious about this. Tamber June, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. Yes, they did realize it was wrong at the time, and considering there are no kids in Scientology. Did they know it was illegal? I would like to believe they did. But do you remember when I told you about it with Brenda? I was having a conversation with her, and I'll never forget. I was driving to the chiropractor, and she went, "Was that illegal?" So she acted like she didn't know. I don't know if she actually knew or not, but she acted like she was deer in the headlights about it. It's very immoral and unethical, Barbara Waite. I actually really like your answer here. She says uncaring at the least. So even if you don't know if it's illegal, which you're kind of stupid if you don't know that, but don't you think, yeah, I think back to the Kathy audio. Do you guys remember that part where I said to my friend Kathy when I got outed by Aaron? Do you remember the part where I said the statutory rape thing? Do you remember this? And she went, "What statutory rape thing?" And I said, "When I was sleeping with Shane when I was a child." And she goes, "Oh yeah." No reaction whatsoever. And she goes, "What year was that?" And I said, 2000 or 1999, 2000, somewhere in there. And she went, "That sounds right to me too." She was like, "Well, I don't know why that matters. It's not relevant. It's not happening now." Like she moved on from that so quickly. She did not give two shits about that. I think it certainly is evil. And if everyone knew that, I'm sure David knew. And that's why he should also be held. Absolutely. But the problem is, to me, hey, Noelle, Joanne, thank you again for the super chats. Very kind. But the problem is, like, David Miscavige is not, guys, he's just one person. I hate this shirt and I'm sorry I wore it. I don't like that the collar is doing this and I don't like it all closed up like this. And it's too big. I'm going to, whoops, sorry, there's my bra. I'm going to put this in my booth. I don't like it. I just got this in the anthropology sale, but I hate it. I've decided I don't like it. Yeah, and the truth too is that he joined Scientology way later in life. Scientologists don't think the law pertains to them. They're trained to not ever care, right? Yeah, I mean, it's not that they're trained to not care, Lumen. They're just they have their own policing and law within the church. Nobody you don't call the police. So I think that there is some, this is going to sound terrible to say, but I think that there is some truth to the fact that maybe some of them didn't know that was illegal. You have to know that because I know how naive I am. And if you were born into Scientology, think about that for a minute. If it's all you know, you're not necessarily, if there are no kids in Scientology, which we're trained that way, and we're all treated the same and we're all the same age, think about it. Guys, I didn't know it was illegal until 5 years ago. Hey, Alicia Johnson. When Jeff, at the time, my husband, was like, I told him that story. I did not tell him my Scientology story. I didn't want to tell him. And I told him that. And he went, "That's rape." And I was like, "No, it wasn't." He was like, "It had absolutely rape, Reese." He said, "You were 14?" I said, "Yeah, but he was my boyfriend." And I got mad at him. He was like, "That's statutory rape." And I was like, "No, it wasn't, Jeff." I said, "I consented. He was my boyfriend, dude." And he was like, "You can't consent." I didn't understand. I didn't even know. The thing is, the reason I thought it was okay is because I also thought of rape at the time because I was a Scientologist. This is insensitive of me to say, but it's the truth. I thought of rape as like what we hear about in movies or like in the news, right? Like I thought of rape as one definition. Well, now I know better and I know the difference, right? And I've been educated on it. So please forgive me if that's insensitive to anyone. I simply did not know, right? And so I remember arguing with Jeff about that. And I was like, no, dude, you're not hearing me. He was my boyfriend. He was like, you can't do that at that age, right? I thought it had to be violent, Angie Mo. And I'm like, he was my boyfriend of 2 years. Like, he took care of me. So I'm looking at it from that point of view. So there is a chance that some of them don't know. I think a lot of them do, though. I think a lot of them do, like way older adults in Scientology. I like to believe that Brenda is full of shit when she said, "Is that illegal?" Because again, she joined Scientology like in her 20s. Um, so Joanne Hawley, though, I will say this. I absolutely do not hold David Miscavige alone accountable. No way. There are way too many people. There are way too many hands in the cookie jar. There's way too many people that are enabling, that know about crimes, that are covering up crimes, that are aware of things being done to kids. I've said this last week when this is so depressing that they're like rolling out all these kid campaign, right? They're doing all this kid stuff right now, like kid course room, kid, all this. I showed the pictures last week. It's a big new study thing that they're putting out. So I have to be honest, it really triggered me for a few days. I had to kind of like, if you remember that stream I did on it, I was pretty fired up about it because we read the things that I had showed you guys. Remember the 7-year-old last week, and she wanted to join staff, and she was asking and begging her mom to do more study time and more hours. That is so fucked up on so many levels because a 7-year-old, of course, is going to love something if that's all you've told it. It's going to love something if that's all you've fed it, right? Like they don't have a prayer. They didn't have a choice to begin with. Don't fucking come out parading like she wants to do more Scientology. Well, that's all she's been fed. And you keep rewarding her. You know, kids, we know how that works, right? We know how predators can be. It's predatorial and it's really fucked up. And so I get angry. Yeah, Joanne, it did. Hey, Christine. So I got angry last week at Joanne, the Brendas. Hey, Shasta. Thank you. I got angry at the Brendas, the Alexes, all those staff members, because to me, Joanne, and tell me if you guys think I'm wrong here, but this is like David Miscavige might be at the top, but everybody is accountable for this. Everybody, if you put these each on a stand or in a room and go, so you are responsible for getting all these kids in to do all these hours of study time and bull baiting 5-year-olds, right? It's so fucked up. It gets me so wound up. So Joanne, I say fuck all of them as far as they're not evil. Seamus is like hacking up a hairball. Oh, it's Moose. Get it out, son. You good? I struggle with this, Joanne, because they're not all terrible, evil people that should be burned at the stakes. Not all of them. But the people who've been in for 10, 20, 30, 40 years, fuck you. Are you telling me that you didn't know, right, that putting a 5-year-old, a 6-year-old on course wasn't the right, like shoving this down their throat, drilling them? I was going to say star rate checking out. That's trying to get them to pass, getting a word clearing them. You're telling me that they just love it so much. I don't know. This is so much harder for me because I was in it. And guess who I'm also holding accountable? Me. Right? Doesn't that also make me accountable when I was on course all those years in a row and I was looking around and there were kids in there doing drills? Yes. The answer is yes. So it also makes me feel guilty that I was there. Seems like it would be a magnet for pedophiles. I believe that. Yeah, I think it could be Barbara Waite. So I was also aware of those actions being taken. And I mean, I'll never forget so many different scenarios where I just sat there and listened to people. I mean, this went on my whole life. I couldn't even, uh, Pat G, your guess is as good as mine. I can't tell you how many times I listened to, especially Dan, Faxman Dan. That dude had some rage problems like I've never seen. I mean, if you're going to hit a 16-year-old in the head with a fax machine, you got some fucking rage issues, right? That guy had some really serious rage issues. And you know what I just thought of? I can't think of one instance, and I'm sure it's happened. And to be fair, there weren't as many men on staff as women. I can't think of one instance where Dan yelled. No, that's not true. He yelled at Eric. Everybody yelled at Eric. They were really mean to Eric. Dan screamed at women. And I can't tell you how many times over the years. It's countless. I couldn't even tell you. I mean, Dan's mother used to throw chairs at Brenda. Brenda was the academy supervisor, and his mom, Linda, was the chief academy supervisor. Hey, looped tape. And I cannot tell you how many chairs I saw get thrown at Brenda, especially when their stats were down. And Dan had some serious, serious rage issues. And I just used to watch him rip people to shreds, rip women to shreds. So doesn't that make me also accountable? Of course it does. And that's something that I really struggle with, right? I really, really struggle with it. Mama Bear, what a nice thing to say. I've never seen a chat like this. It's therapy for me. Dan continues to run a school. Guys, Dan runs a Scientology school in Kansas City in his house. And they tried to recruit Huxley into that school, and it was $1,000 a month. And I was like, I'm not taking my kid out of public school. He likes his school. And Doug and Brenda were like, we'll pay for it. We want him to go. Please. They took me to the school. We did a tour. We did a fundraiser. They were like, please, 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 please. There's no reason not to do it. Doug and Brenda will pay for it. And I was like, I'm really, as much as I hate myself, which I really hate myself more than any of these haters can even get close to, I do have to say this. I just realized something, and I don't know if I'm going to burst into tears right now, but I don't think I will. Looking back at that feels like a God thing. That went on for years. They tried to get Huxley into that school. And I held my ground, and I was like, I don't want to. And there were many times that I nearly broke. There were many, many times that I nearly, I remember telling Fred about it. Now, Fred didn't know much about Scientology, but I remember it was weighing on me so much that I was like, Fred, I might do this. And then I remember telling Jeff, and I was like, maybe we should just do it. Maybe I should just do it. I remember they finally got me to a point where they just were wearing me out. We would go to dinners every Sunday night with Doug and Brenda, and they were like, have you thought about it? Because here's the thing, we would love to pay for this. We really want to do it. They were hard fucking selling me on that school. And I just remember all the times that I was like, in the beginning, this went on for years, but in the beginning, I was tough. I was strong. In the beginning, that's how it was with Doug too. When he started taking Huxley, I was like, oh, hell no. No. but nobody would stand up with me. And eventually he just fucking wore me out, right? And eventually he was like, well, I'll pay for this. I'm going to pay for that. So now I have you under my control. So now you don't get a say anymore. You see how that works? I pay for everything. So he's mine. I'm taking Huxley. You get the money, right? So that's how it became with this school. The first year of it, I remember, I got to blow my nose. This is going to drive me nuts. Hold on. Or not. Nothing came out. It just feels clogged. The first year of it, and I remember talking to Michael about it. We were divorced. No, that's not true. It came up when Michael and I were still married. That's when it started. It went all the way through to Jeff. That's how many years in a row that they were pushing and pushing. It started young. You know why I know that? That was in his grade school. That was in his grade school by our house. That's when it all started, the school. And Dan was trying to recruit as many kids as he could for his school. Hey, Lynn, as swell. And that's when it all started. And I remember this now because I remember his first grade teacher loved Huxley and we loved her. Like I didn't love his kindergarten teacher so much. She I don't like her. But I remember his first grade teacher, we actually became kind of friends with her and her husband. Like we had gone and he did like little kid drum circles in Kansas City at all these different fun places. No, Yadira. And we would go on weekends, they would invite us and he would do like these fun drum circles where the kids could all play. And like, it was just cute. And so we met them a couple of times, Michael and I with Huxley, and we kind of became their friend. And like, we went to her birthday, they had a little girl and we went to her birthday party. So I know I'm overdoing it, but now this is just coming back to me. So we loved her. I loved his first grade teacher. And that's when it started. It started in first grade because they were like, we really want to talk to you about this. And I was like, I love this teacher. I was like, he thrives in this school. Also, not to mention, it was 3 blocks from our house. It was so convenient. It was in the best little neighborhood. It was safe. It was sweet. I liked the principal. Like, I felt a little bit accomplished as a mother there, right? Like it was just kind of like there's something to be said when you have kids and you know they're safe where they go to school and you know that they're happy there. Like that's an accomplishment. It's kind of a little feather in our cap, right? Like how many times like do you feel like, God, I wish I could change that? Like I don't like his current school. I'm not a fan of it. I just don't love it. He likes it, great. But do you know what I'm saying? It's like when things work out and it's like, oh, my child is happy and he's succeeding and he likes it there. It's a good feeling. It is. I know it's a simple thing to say. Damn, daughter of the king for Huxley's car insurance fund. That is really kind. Thank you for that. That is really, really kind. If you don't mind, can I put that? Because I actually have money I'm saving up and setting aside for a truck that he wants. And he's going to pay for some of it too. But do you care if I put it toward the truck fund? Because we got to get the truck before we can get the car insurance. And he found a truck in a local town next to us that's friends of some friends. And it's just something that he wants. Otherwise, I'll put it toward car insurance. But I have a fund that I'm putting money into as fast as I can to do that. It's either way, it helps. So thank you very much. It's very kind of you. Thank you. Debbie Zito, you get it. So anyway, I love this teacher. And I'm like, no. At first, my point is, this is such a stupid story. I don't know why I'm talking about it. I feel emotional. At first, my point is, at first, I had what am I gusto. I was like, I had a voice and I had confidence. And I was like, no. It's kind of like when Brenda came to our house, when we got money, when her parents died, her parents were teachers and we got money. Well, we didn't, Michael did. He got a check from her parents when they died for Michael to go to college. I thought that was so cool. None of us expected it. And I thought it was amazing. The day we got the money, she got off post and showed up at my house unannounced in the afternoon. And I was like, "What are you doing here? You should be at work." They made her come to my house to get the money to put on Michael's account so he could do another Purif. Sam, their other son, had already signed his check over. He already gave it to him. She came to my house to collect this fucking money that we got hours before she showed up, right? To put it on his account because we don't believe in college, right? There is no education in this world. All that's bullshit. Put the money on the Scientology account. And she was blown away that I was like, absolutely not. And she was like, what? Right? She was like, what? Sam already gave his check. I was like, I don't give a shit what Sam does. I don't care if Sam talked to Jesus this afternoon. I'm not going to do it. That's not going to happen. Right. And she was so angry that she didn't get the product. That's what she was sent to do. Go get that money. Right. She was so mad at me that I would not give the check over to her. And I was like, no. And she was like, you're the only person that's going to convince Michael to give the money up. And I said, I'm not giving the money up. That's his dead grandparents left him that money to go to college. That's his money. That's not your money. That's not my money. Right. No, he didn't even Michael didn't even go to school. Fuck college. He didn't even get the opportunity to go to school. So as much as it's a rule for me to not shit on parents, especially mothers, I don't like doing that. I think she is a horrible fucking mother. I think she is a terrible mother, and he was super abused. Yeah, Debbie. I like that a lot, Debbie. It's not stupid at all. It's valuable to look back at things we did for our kids and realize, I did good there. This is a good thing, Reese. The more you remember those, the more you let the guilt go. Yes. Thank you, Debbie. That's very validating. So that was the same kind of deal when they came to me in the beginning about like, hey, we have a great idea for you. That's how they presented it to me. They were like, we're going to go to this fundraiser. And I was like, we go to fundraisers every week. And she was like, no, this isn't the same kind. She was like, we just want you to take a tour and see this place. And I was like, okay. And we went, and she thought it was like doing what you would call a reg cycle, which is like getting someone's money. But it was like a recruit cycle. It was like she was so sure she was going to get the end result. She was recruiting Huxley into this school. It's kind of like recruiting someone onto staff. And she's like, so here's the school. And she was like, we want you. And so their son, Sam, was going to be the teacher of the school, which made it even more like, of course I'm going to say yes, right? It's all in the family. Yeah, Panda, he did. He was a damn dentist. So I think she was just positive. Scientologists are like that, though. They just believe it's going to happen. Like they just said it and it's going to happen. And I think she was just positive that I was going to say yes. And she was like, so you see, like Sam's going to be the teacher. Dan owns the school. It's just this place of peace and sanity. And we can just all be so happy that Huxley will be safe there and he'll be learning L. Ron Hubbard. And I was like, oh no, nope. I was like, but thank you. I remember the whole evening. I was such a bitch. I acted like I was like, no, but thank you. Thank you for the tour. Thanks for the guided tour. But I said, no, we won't be doing that. And I think Dan was shocked. Brenda was shocked. I think they all thought that after schmoozing me like that, I was going to be like, yes. And I looked like the devil, right? Because I didn't want to put my kid in a Scientology school that was like heaven on earth, right? I wanted him in a public school, which is hell on earth to Scientologists. It's like the most evil place. And so they looked at me like I was a suppressive person. Honestly, they did. They were like, what? You don't want to put your son here? I was like, no, I don't. And I just remember arguing. Like they'll keep you. They won't let you leave, right? So that's what happened and I was stuck there and they were trying to melt me down and they were like, "So you're saying," and gaslighting the shit out of me, by the way, which I've been gaslit my whole life. Scientology, hey, wine is a lot of gaslighting. I don't think I'd be good at certain things. Like I don't think you'd want to like put me on a stand for a court of law. Um I don't think you'd want to put me in certain situations because I'm not going to freeze up and do what you tell me to do. I'm not going to like let you tangle my words. I'm not going to let you hear what I didn't say. Like I'm pretty good at putting it right the fuck back on you. And I remember them doing that to me. It was like Doug, Brenda, and Dan, all three of them like teaming up against me. And I was like, I can do this all fucking night with you guys. Like I had no problem being like, yeah, no, I did it with a smile on my face. I had all the energy in the world. They didn't wear me out, not at that moment, but then over the years I did. But I will never forget them being like, "So, let us get this straight." I remember this. It was like they were tag teaming me. And I've been fucking tag teamed many times in Scientology, not in a sexual way. And I remember them. So Dan got real snarky with me, and his wife was there too. I forgot, Amanda. And so it was four against me. It was four against me because I was the only parent that went. Michael wasn't there. And I had all four of them surrounding me like sharks. And they were like, "So let us get this straight. I guess I'm confused. This is what they do." And I was like, I'm ready for this. I've been doing this with you guys. It's like that phone call with Kathy, the one I played, where she was trying to remember how she was gaslighting the shit out of me. I was like, we've both been trained in the same thing. You can't bullshit a bullshitter in this. Like we both know what you're doing because I also have been trained in what you're doing. Do you understand? It's like you guys are trying to use the exact script on me that I also know. I don't understand. So I remember I had all four of these mother effers and they were like, "So let us," Brenda was playing the like, it was good cop, bad cop for sure. Brenda and Dan's wife were the good cops. And they were like, "As mothers, let us get this straight." They'd pulled the mother card. They were like, "We don't understand. So you're saying you don't want Huxley to have a sane environment to learn in and use study technology and be totally at peace and know that he's safe from anybody on psych drugs or like a kid with a gun or something? Kim is blue." Like that's what they were coming at me about. They had hit me at the mother level, right? And I'll never forget Brenda being like, "So you don't want that kind of safety for Huxley?" And I was like, "I don't. No." And she was like, she had nowhere to go with it. And she was like, "I don't understand." And I was like, "I don't understand. I don't understand why you want to take him out of a school where he's really happy and we love his teacher. And it's right down the street from us in a great neighborhood. And he's got all kinds of social skills now and he's got friends." This fucking school had like four students. Okay. One of them was like 2 years old. One of them was 6. One was 15 and like one was 12. What kind of socialization is that going to be alone? I was like, so he's going to be studying L. Ron Hubbard all day. The school was a 50 an hour minutes from my house. So he's going to be way far away, right? Hey, baby steps. I've been listening, but I can now leave a chat. You knew it would be a damaging thing for Hux and you protected him. Please take credit for protecting him, even if done with God's help. It was an amazing gift. Thank you so much. I absolutely did not think, I haven't thought about this story in a very long time. And now that I am such a believer in God and being my whole, there's no question in my mind, because I was 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, walking to and from school, home alone for up to a week at a time, taking care of all those animals. Could have had a predator watching me. My dad left money on a table and would leave for days. And I'd walk up to a gas station called the Town and Country and buy Snapples and shit. There's no doubt in my mind that how I wasn't abducted, abused, anything like that, I was absolutely being protected and watched. There's no doubt in my mind. So I believe that here too. I think I absolutely, because I don't consider myself a good mom. I really don't. I'm not here for you. I'm not saying that so the chat can light up. I'm just being dead serious. I see a lot of examples of good mothers. I do not reach that. Mediocre? Sure. Will I protect him? Absolutely. But I'm not the kind of mom that goes above and beyond, right? Like I just told you yesterday, we don't have memories of finger painting and pumpkin carving. And now, did we go to I went to every field trip. So I have memories of going to the pumpkin patch. But like, it's just not, I don't feel like I was the best at motherhood. So baby steps. I will take a win on that. And thank you. That's a giant super chat also. Thank you. Uh, but I'll never forget that. I feel like I should wrap up this story. It's just wild. I haven't thought about it in a long fucking time. And they really bullied me and they gaslit the shit out of me. And I remember I remember that happening to me so many times. Like at the org, like, we're going to put you on this course. Don't leave. Don't let Reese leave. I'd get to a door and they'd literally have someone at the door going, nope, nope, Maggie wants to talk to you before you leave. And I'd be like, then let's have this showdown. Like, I absolutely felt like my defenses always went up. I always felt like I was in trouble and I was ready to fucking rumble. Now, were there times where I felt also, hey, Wisconsin Barb, like broken, like outnumbered? Sure. But I always put up a fight, or I at least acted like I was going to put up a fight. Even if I was scared inside, I was like, let's do this. Who wants to talk to me? Right? Like I was always very much that way. Hey, Stace. I love you, Nancy. Thank you, babe. Thank you for your super chat. Hey, Bunny Fufu. I was always prepared for their shenanigans. You see what I'm saying? I was always prepared for that shit. They'd done it too many years in a row. I knew it was coming. So when Brenda, Amanda, Doug, and Dan surrounded me like fucking sharks, like getting ready to pounce, yes, reflections, I knew exactly what their tactics were going to be, and I knew the shit they were going to pull. And so I knew Brenda well enough. Hey, Scientology up north. I knew Brenda well enough that she was going to play the good cop, and I knew she would, and she did. She was like, she was always, Brenda would like turn on this like syrupy when she wanted something, or she was about to gaslight you. She'd get real soft spoken. When she came to get that check for Michael, and she was shocked she didn't get it from me, she was like, so you don't want him to go free spiritually? I will never forget her saying that to me. Love you, Heather Huckleberry, in my fucking living room. She came to collect that check for his college money from his dead grandparents and tried to get it out of my hands to go put on account for a purif that he's already done 5 times. And I'll never forget her. She was like, so you don't want him to go free spiritually? And I was like, I guess I don't, because I know what that means. When they say something like that, that means you're a suppressive person, because only a suppressive person wouldn't want a Scientologist to go up the bridge. An SP would definitely not want the betterment of the well-being of the spiritual side of things for that person. So she did that to me. She was like, so you don't want to see him spiritually go free? You'd rather him go to college? Like, it was just so ridiculous. I was like, I guess so. Like, I just gave it right the fuck. I was like, I know what you're doing. I'm not as stupid as I look. I know what you're doing. So they did the same thing, trying to recruit Huxley into this Scientology school in Kansas City. And it was so nerve-wracking. They all circled me, and she did the same thing. She was like, so you don't want your son to be safe in a Scientology school? You'd rather he be in a public school where there's kids on Prozac? Like things like, I don't know this, right? She was like, where he's at risk for a child bringing in a weapon and harming him? Like, you would rather have that for your son? It was so gross. I was like, yeah, we love his teacher and we really love that school. So Yeah, they tried to shake me down and it didn't work at that fundraiser. And Dan was like, this is unbelievable. He was the mean one, of course, but Dan's always mean. He can't control himself. And he absolutely was like, this is unbelievable. He was like, I can't believe, hey, Jojo, I can't believe that you're not on board with this. Like, I just can't believe that we have to, I remember him going, we have to handle you on this. He was like, of all the people, he was like, you've been in Scientology your whole life. We have to handle you on this. I was like, yeah, and I'm not going to be handled on this. So you guys are really spinning your wheels tonight. And his wife, I remember her going, she went and she muttered it. They do this a lot. She muttered it, mumbled it, and she went to Brenda. She crossed her arms and she went, she was such a badass, right? Like I'm an OT8. I don't have time. This is Dev T, developed traffic. She goes, this is unbelievable, Brenda. She was like, this is unbelievable. She was like, I didn't think we'd have to deal with this tonight. And she's doing it loud enough that I can hear it. And she goes, she was like, she's just behaving very 1-1. Do you guys know what 1-1 is? To call somebody 1-1 in Scientology is one of the most aggravating things you can call someone. 1-1 is what LRH called child molesters at 1-1. It's on the tone scale, 1.1. It's people, an example of 1-1 is someone smiling with a knife behind their back. So remember the lady in that store who pointed to both of my wedding rings and went, do you know where I can find some cheap costume jewelry like that? You know Susie Oberholtz? All I can do is be myself, y'all. And I've never been harmful to anyone, but I'm taking it. I'm the one taking it. That's 1-1. That's syrupy, slimy. That's 1-1, right? Give yourself credit for your strength. Thank you, Baby Steps. And thank you again for the super chat. That's extremely 1-1. So do you understand what 1-1 is? That's an example of 1-1. So, if you really want to piss off a Scientologist, one of the biggest things you could do is say to them, you're being really 1-1. You're being super 1-1 right now. Passive aggressive as shit. Yes. Thank you, Linda Garden Lady. I pride myself on that. I swore I wouldn't cry, y'all, but I just feel everyone's against me. And people are people, but again, race is the most evil. And it's just above my pay grade. Speaking of, do you remember yesterday? I promised a super chat. You did. Thank you. Thank you for the tip, Angie Mo. That was very kind. Am I able to do an impression of Marilyn? Teresa? I mean, I kind of have. She's in that movie with the Minions. Huxley loved those movies where they give it, yeah, Dira, where they give it, the little yellow guys, they inject them with the purple stuff and they're like, ah, ah! That's Marilyn. She just doesn't have any like control, and she's that. So, Tommy's evil. And we're going to keep putting it out there that he did what he did in 1986. We've got to protect the world from that. Don't look at the Nazis. We're going to be afraid for all the victims when he was 16 and she was 15. We're going to continue to save all the women out there from Tommy because he was 16. She was 15. And there's current victims now, but there's no paperwork. I don't have any receipts for that, but I don't have any proof. But he was 16. All right, that's enough. Speaking of Susie Oberholtz, do you remember how I said yesterday, just real quick, y'all, just real quick? Do you remember how I said yesterday that she said I was doing the content that I was told to do? Remember how I said that? I found it. And I feel as though I need to share it with you.
I lost my subs, a bunch of them. I lost my mods, most of them.
Stop. First of all, real quick, what the fuck is up there? What's going on that ceiling? I feel like we're not being told something. What's happening up there?
I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do.
What's that now? Hey, what's that now? I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do. Hold on now. What was that? Did you all hear that? Do we need to hear it again?
I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do.
Hold on now. What was that again? I was not stealing content, y'all. What fucking content that you were asked to do? What? What does that mean? I'm not asked to do content. I do this shit show all on my own. I intentionally lose subscribers here. I'm trying to lose 100 tonight. Nobody's asking me to do content. When you see this shit show of content, this is all me, guys. This is my own talent for setting things on fire and getting myself into the weeds. Because last night you told me no more super chats. I do what I want. I love you too, Miss Sunrise Dawn, and you don't have to do that. But I am reverse psychologying all of you to give me your money now. I'm going to do a little scrolly thing at the bottom with that says hey, you don't need to Venmo me, but if you want to, you can. You don't have to, but in order to keep the world safe, let's keep this world safe, right? Keep the world safe from something that happened when he was 16. Everyone, quick. Thank you so much, Miss Sunrise Dawn. Yeah, everybody heard that, right? I was doing the content. Is there a ghost up there, Donna Cooper? Buddy Foo-Foo. I was doing the content that I was asked to do, y'all. Simple as that. But make no mistake. Asked by whom, pray tell? Race is the most evil of all of them. And I said to my husband, God forbid, Lord willing, and the creek doesn't dry out. She's a terrible woman, that one. But I don't have any friends. Yeah. Loud and clear, Joel Sachs. Love you, Joel Sacky. What does that mean exactly? Can anybody break that down real quick for us? Somebody's being controlled. Somebody's being controlled and fearful that they're going to be kicked out. Alas, Kim is blue, ad hominem. Yeah, Pat G. I think Susie Oberholtz has a huntsman spider on her ceiling from Australia. I think old Charlie sent it to her. She opened the box. The thing flew out. Moose, you better act right. And it's on her ceiling because I want to know. I think we're all being lied to. Something's up there and I want to know what it is. Y'all. What's up there? That's what we want to know right now, right here, right now. Cindy Cat Lover gave me a super sticker because she's a baby angel. Thanks, old Charlie. That was very kind. Thank you for your money. Yeah, it's weird. It's the whole damn thing is weird. And I'm telling you right now, everybody, there's no winner. There's no winner. Oh my God, Angie Mo. Her husband's doing a laser pointer like a cat. But the thing is, if it was that's not true because you know how kids sees ghosts? My cat sees ghosts. And it's always right before I'm about to go to bed and turn the light off. She's like sitting on my chest and she goes like this. Susie isn't seeing a ghost unless it's just floating there, like it's not moving because she's also smiling at it. Maybe it's fairies. Yeah, maybe it's fairies. I think it's something happier. I think it's like fairies sitting on a swing or like leprechauns up there because she's very smiley about it. Even when she's talking about hate, she's like, and race tried to destroy me, and she's just the devil herself. I want her to start waving. I want her to be like, I don't know, y'all. Yikes! I get freaked out by people who act like that. I'm like, I don't know that I'm safe in this room with you. You seem to be malfunctioning and I don't want to be around it. I feel unsafe. It's like when someone's driving you and you're like, are you sure you have a license? And they're like all crazy on the road. It's the same thing. I'm like, I suddenly feel unsafe. Can you drop me off at this gas station and I'll hitch a ride over here with John Wayne Gacy? Karen Dahl also gave me money. Hey, April Cowan. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. When did Susie do the video you just showed? A week ago? How do you see the dates on this shit? God, I hate coming over here. She scares me. She makes me oh my God, she's live right now. Can she see us? Oh God. Everybody hide. She's live. Can she see us? Does she know that we're over there? Is she playing our video? Hey, Haggis. This was 4 days ago. It was April 25th. Why am I shouting? I'm really uncomfortable right now. Oh God. Oh my God, she's live. Quick, hide. She gives me the creeps. She makes me uncomfortable. That was 4 days ago, Stace. 4 days ago that woman said, I was doing, turn off the lights, quick. Everybody shut the doors. Nobody's home. Do the thing like when someone knocks on your door and be like, oh shit. You like hide underneath the, Bo starts barking and I'm like, shut up. Nobody's here. It's crazy. Yeah, it was called Well, That Was Fun. If you want to know the timestamp on it, hey, Crafty Carrie, no vacancy. Nobody's home. Can she know if we're playing this while she's live?
I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do.
Whoa! That's at 9 minutes, 34 seconds in. Hurry before she takes it down. Hey, Marty Jewel. Oh, God, I'm uncomfortable. Oh, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want her to know that she's going to say something. I don't care if she says anything, but she can't see us in here, right? Like she's not in here now. She's not like playing it live, what we're saying, right? Oh, God. Yes. So I need to find it, but apparently Marilyn said that as well. Somebody told me that the other day, and I need to find, I'm not going to, trust me, I'm not going to go looking for it. I would rather put a Marlboro Red out inside my asshole than go find play-by-plays on what Marilyn Honig says. No joke. I'll do it. I'll challenge you on that. I will literally take a drag and be like, this is going to hurt less than that. And put that out in my ass. I am not going to go look for Marilyn Honig talking. I can't imagine it. The talking and the stroking of the hair and the yelling that Tommy Scoville did this 45 years ago in 1986. Everybody save yourself. He was 16. So I don't know where she did it, but I was told the other day that someone said Marilyn said the same thing. I was doing content I was told to do. We need to find out, but I'm not going to do the work on that. Honestly, no. I would rather cross the Sierras. I would rather walk for days in a desert. I would rather, no, I wouldn't rather be buried alive, but there's a lot of things. I would rather stick my finger in a pencil sharpener. Like, I'm not doing it. Absolutely not. Turn off the lights. Nobody's home. Nothing to see. Everybody be quiet. She can't come in here, right? She's not going to come over here. Sweet Jesus. Don't let that lady in here. She's crazy. Thank you for being a member, Robin. She's turning over a new leaf. So she's no longer a part of the community, she said. So she's been like kicked out anyway. So she's going to start true crime. And I already told Tommy, I said, you better find a new career, right? I really think that there's some serious talent here and Tommy is out of a job. I really hate that for him, but I think she's going to sink the shit out of that boat, right? I really think she's going to. What are you doing? That was so cute. Bo was wagging his tail on the ground. Yeah, so apparently she's doing true crime. And again, we talked about this last night. I can't wait to see that she's like, they say his name was Jeffrey Dahmer. And y'all, he was really a bad guy, y'all. He was just as bad as Race. And Lord willing, I said, my goodness, but I can do this because this is true crime. Yeah, it's going to sail. I think she's really going to do a good job. Mighty fine grifting. Thanks. I'm a High Plains grifter, if you didn't know. Thank you, Tampa B, for being a member and giving me your money. I think it's important, guys. I'm providing a service, and it's win-win for everybody. Mara Lugo refinanced her home. Some people sold their children. It went to a good place. I just want you to know that. I did it, Yadira. Wow, you never come over here. Hey, Cowboy Logic. Interesting. I know Tommy did a show on that guy, but I don't know anything about him. No, Tashbits, we really can't watch them. Here's the good news, guys. The crowd is divided. Nobody is watching me that also watches those crazy ass women and vice versa, right? Her people think I'm a crazy ass. Megan Roberts, I get that. Thank you, Diana H. Nobody's over here. I mean, except the hate watchers. There's people hate watching. Of course, the toothless guy and his Nazi friend who lives in his car. Those guys are watching. Of course, they're watching. You realize those people have to watch. That's what they make their content on, is me. They got to keep up with my life. Can you imagine watching me 2 hours a day? What a boring fucking thing to do. I can't imagine. And then doing a 6-minute video in your mom's car the next morning just to like catch up on things. And then you're just like pure hypocrisy because you're like, tigers don't change their stripes, you know, as you show us your swastikas and like 1988 tattoos. That's some crazy shit. That's some serious hypocrisy there. That's some like you are blind to the world shit there. It's wild. Sorry about the helicopter. Yeah, it got repoed. They flew it out of here a couple weeks ago. Thank you, Tampa B. That actually takes the sting out, giving me money for it. And you know I'm good for it. And I know that Ted's good for it. And you are as well. So thank you. It's win-win, guys. It's win for everybody. Everybody wins, right? Everybody wins when you refinance things or sell stuff or, you know, just put me in your will. Whatever you have to do is just generous. It's kind. Reese, watch out. You do that much to your neck, you might get stuck that way. She's not stuck that way. Poor Susie. I actually have to say, guys, I feel sorry for her. Of all the people that were hateful in this community, she really tried. She really tried to be a hater. She made fun of my makeup and she put on a wig and she did the relatable Reese thing. And she got absolutely nowhere with it. And She clung on to, she would jump on the Tommy bandwagon. Oh, thank you so much, Tampa B. That was really kind of you. That was so selfless. Tell Ted thank you as well. Thank you for your super chat, Scientology up north. Susie just never made any headway. And you know what I think? I'm going to be honest. Hey, Zoe, I'm going to be totally honest. Susie, I don't think made it in that hateful group. And I'm not making fun right now. I'm switching back to being a nice person. She did dash bits. She got fired by all those people. And I'm glad she did. And I have to say, I'm kind of proud of the girl for pulling herself up and doing a different kind of content. That's being a little bit mature. Like, she's doing her own thing now. It'd be amazing if Marilyn did something like that. She never will, which I suggest all of you watch yesterday's stream if you did not. I have gotten so many I got Facebook messages, I got emails of people going, holy shit, Reese, you made a really good point on that video. Where did Marilyn come from? Where did she come from? And when she came out, she was this sweet crochet lady. And she was so nice. And she sent Vermont maple syrup and gifts. And she was crocheting your husband's penis for you. And she was all over the place. She was so nice. She was streaming. She was trying to get me to stream with her. She was so sweet and kind. She didn't have a mean bone. Yeah, I know. I think Susie didn't make it as a hater, so she's going to do her own thing. And I will support that. I do support that. I think that's good of her. She realized they're not her friends and she's taken her own path. Guys, it's actually kind of big of her. Marilyn knows she has no friends. Everybody's laughing at her. Everybody is pointing the finger, laughing at this woman, but she's doubling, tripling down. She's like, I will continue to be hated and I will take it. You sure will, girl, because a lot of people hate her. Like, I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people that hate her. I gave up a leg to pay. It's okay. I had two. Look at, see, be more like Joanne Hawley. That's so nice. And I bet you look beautiful either way. Thank you so much, Joanne. Thank you for your super chat. I know, Paula J, but the thing is, guys, I'm being dead serious. Seamus, quit being weird. I don't know why you sound like that, but it scares everybody. This is all night long. I can't stand it. I can't stand it. He has the deepest meow. Oh, everybody's excited about it. It's not that exciting at 2 a.m., is it? She was so sweet. I credited Marilyn for helping me bring me out of my shell, but I ended up going back in my shell, and here I am. No, Buffy, you're not in your shell here, though. She was sweet and kind until I told her Aaron screamed at me and gave me an ultimatum, and I chose neither one. Yeah, Tampa B, but do you guys all agree with me, those of you who know who she is? One, she came out in 2023. No one knows where from. She glommed all over the Aftermath Foundation. Then she clung to Doug. Then she was all over me. She climbed on to Aaron. She was so sweet, though, is the point. She sent gifts to everybody. She was the mama bear. She was supportive. She never had a mean thing to say. She was not. No. How many of you, show of hands right now, how many of you would have said back then, oh, this bitch is going to be a hater. This woman is going to turn black. Her soul will be black. No, nobody thought that. Nobody thought that. Except Sterling. Hey, Kelly, missed you too. Except Sterling. Sterling said to me way back then, he was like, who is this person? He had his radar up with Marilyn. Sterling was like, who the fuck is this? And I was like, dude, I don't know, but she's like this old lady that makes crafts and glues shit together, and she's got like 70 things of yarn. She's harmless. I was like, she drinks tea all day and like knits dicks. She's harmless. I was like, trust me, it's fine. Nope. He was like, no, who is this person? He was all over it. I guess I'm having cat food for you and Liz both. Sometimes we have to sacrifice those things, DS Kitty, and I appreciate you understanding. I get it. You guys don't realize you all have a boy to feed also, Huxley. Huxley is also yours to feed. He's the community. He's the community child, and he's going to be driving soon, guys. We got to pay for gas. So we need to up those. We got to pump those numbers. These are rookie numbers. We need to pump these numbers. Thank you, DS Kitty. And I know that, ask Liz what kind of cat food she gets, but she gets the good kind. I love Sterling. I'll always love Sterling. It takes a village. It takes a village. Thanks for understanding, April. I'm not kidding though, guys. I'm not kidding. Where did she come from? She's all about distracting everybody, right? Like, look at this. Look at this. This is on fire. Look at this. Where did she come from? And why is she a take cat? Why is she a totally different person now than she was then? Marilyn has flipped completely into a different person. She's morphed into a different person. Why? Where? How? I would have never, and I'm a pretty good judge of character. I would have never, ever, ever assumed this woman's going to flip to an evil, evil sack of shit. But she did. I can donate my uterus after the hysterectomy. Hope I can bring money to the Reese cult. The cult I am proud over. Thank you, Iwa. Who donates a uterus? What do you do with it? Is it like a kangaroo pouch? Like, can you use it as like some kind of a blanket? Can you climb into it, like, and watch Netflix? What do you do with a donated uterus? Surely you don't put it back into somebody. I'll be curious to know about that. Thank you, Iwa. How interesting. How bizarre. I know, Tashbits. I'm just saying, guys. All I'm saying is think about it. A lot of you have. A lot of you reached out to me, but think about it. Yeah, she attacked Dodge. She goes for people. Now, she can't debate. She cannot debate. Marilyn cannot. You can donate a uterus. Grody. I had no idea. What are you going to do with it? Tampa B. She can't debate. She can't have an interaction. You've seen that. Like, she cannot in the slightest be challenged. She can't hold herself up. She breaks down. But the point, I don't even care about that. The point is, go back in the timeline. Where did this person come from? And how much damage has this person done in the last 3 years? A lot. And how often does this person point out everybody else's damage and try to distract everybody from, no, look at Tommy, look at Dodge, look at Liz, look at Nora, look at Reese, right? She attacks everybody. But it's interesting. She doesn't really, does anybody know? Did she say where she came from? From what I understand, she was a Scientology viewer. Like many of us, people are on their best behavior at the beginning. Doesn't seem to have real life friends. There's no reason. Not shocked by it, I guess. I'm shocked by it, Debbie, because her entire personality flipped. She became and morphed into an entirely different person. So I'm a little surprised by that. It's weird to see where she came from versus where she is now. Like, what she's turned into is an absolute beast compared to what she was then. She was that sweet little Mike Rinder. I was told Mike and Claire called her the crochet lady. She like glommed onto them. She was this sweet little lady that was like making Z-News. And do you remember that? She was doing fundraisers. She was protective. She did her Monday night SPTV Never Ends show that I went on. I'm just saying, she had like way more. She was just this like neutral, love bomby. Do you remember all that? Just think about those specific things I just laid out for you. And now look at where she's at. She only fights. She only starts fires at all times. Distract. And she keeps most of you distracted, right? Like, most people buy it and they're like, what? Reese said what? Seamus, you're being weird. Yeah, Lady O. I mean, it's fishy, guys. It's fishy. And I trust Sterling, and I can't believe I didn't put more thought into it. But he called me 2 separate times. First, he called to just go, who the fuck is this Marilyn person? She wasn't. Okay. I got to put him outside. Hold on. Shamey. Okay. Here. Okay. Moose, are you wanting to go out too? Lucy? What a cute scarf. Now, this is a cute scarf, and I just saw this hanging by my front door. This is an old Marc Jacobs I've had for years, and I have not worn this in a long time, but look at the print. This is a really cute scarf. This would be cute with this outfit, and I hate this shirt. Bye, Caitlin. Did she remove the streams with me? I have no idea. I'm not going. Again, I'm not wasting that much time on Marilyn's channel. Good Lord. This is a cute ass scarf. And with the pop of red, let's see. Okay, it's really bulky though. Let's see if I can kind of. Okay, maybe it's not that cute. No, it's kind of cute with the blue and the red. I never wear this. I've had this for probably 15 fucking years. It's a Marc Jacobs. I don't even remember where I got this. It's kind of cute. That's fun. I like that better. Yeah, Joanne Hawley. Here's the thing though. I remember Sterling being like, who is this person? And I was like, dude, I don't know. And he was like, yeah, but she's not a Scientologist. He was like, where did she come from? And then he called me later at some point, and he was like, I asked you who Marilyn Honig is. And he was like, now, yeah, Nora. And he was like, now she's fucking attacking Mike Rinder. He was like, who is this person? Where did she come from? I was like, dude, I don't know. She knits dicks. I was like, she's friendly. She gave me Vermont syrup. She's just this old lady that like sits around with fucking albums and puts pictures and shit and knits Xenu dolls. I was like, I don't know, but she's harmless. Holy Lord. She completely flipped to somebody else. That's all I'm getting at, guys. I'm only pointing out. Thanks, Anne. I am simply pointing out that she loved Mike Rinder, remember? And now she's totally on a war path, right? Like starting shit with everybody. Nora, she literally popped in from nowhere. Don't we all think that's odd? Khalees, different situation. No association, no nothing. She glommed on to the Scientology community because her cult was small and Scientology sounded like her cult. Well, that's what she said anyway. Yeah, she says a lot of things. She's also trying to keep the world safe from Tommy from back in 1986 when I was 2 years old, right? Like, she's not interested in supporting women. She's not for women at all. Reese, does Susie go by Heather Marie? Honestly, I don't know what the fuck Susie does in her spare time, Noelle. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's a sexual thing. Maybe he calls her that. Maybe they role play. I don't know. I'm not sure. Sterling's out of the picture, guys. He does not want to be. Hey, Mad Drop. He does not want to be. Thank you so much, Baby Steps. Thank you for gifting memberships. Thank you. Sterling doesn't want to be in the spotlight. He has a real job. He makes good money and he hates drama. He does not want to be a part of this shit. Oh, I know you are, Khalees. And she didn't do the normal chatting and getting to know us and our stories. She went straight for Mike Rinder, former head of OSA, and she was like, not today, Satan. Yeah. Don't you guys think that's odd? Doesn't it make you think? Where did she come from? And how did she go from that sweet little lady to just somebody's attack dog? It's odd. And I don't think Susie was meant for that life. And she's leaving that gang. She's given up her she's throwing up her gang signs. She's done. Susie is like, y'all, I'm gonna do my own thing. All right, I've got things to say. And I'm not gonna be liked over there. I'm gonna stand on my own 2 feet, y'all. There's a plenty of true crime, and I can make casseroles. I can bake cookies and talk about John Wayne Gacy. I've got things to do, y'all. She's going to be fine. And I'm proud of her. I'm proud of her. Yeah. No, she pieced out, Nora. She's done. She turned her shit in and went her separate ways. Oh, Nora. Thank you, Angie Mo. Don't leave, Nora. Are you still here? Nora? I got to go because Tommy's going live in 10 minutes. Guys, we're on Colton Crims tonight. Listen to this. Nora, did you leave? I'm going to be pissed. Get back here. Nora. Oh, okay. She's here. I was about to get pissed. All right. Listen to this. Nora, watch this. Watch, Nora. Open your ears. Glue your eyes to the screen.
I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do.
What was that?
I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do.
Oh, what was that? What was that slip? You were doing content that you were asked to do. And I was also told that Marilyn said the same thing, but I'm not going to be able to go find the clip because like I said, I would rather put a Marlboro Red out in my asshole. But apparently Marilyn said the same thing. I was doing content that I was asked to do. Nora, what the fuck is that? Whoopsie. I was not stealing content. I was doing content that I was asked to do. That was 4 days ago. She said that, Nora. That wasn't 6 years ago. That was 4 days ago. Hey, Philip Wright. That was April 25th that she said that. And I just... I'm gonna back out of this. I'm gonna do my own thing, y'all. It's just in my heart. And everybody else is evil, especially that race. Yep. How much more obvious can they make it? Apparently she did, Debbie. I was told that Marilyn said that recently. Jojo. How much more obvious? I was doing content I was told to do. Told to do. Again, guys, I am not a mathematician, but that shit isn't right. It's not adding up for me. Styro, thank you for the $5. I appreciate that so much. Hey, Beachcomber. Yes. You knew it, Beachcomber. Thank you again, Styro. Yeah, I think that's odd, guys. I think it's odd. And I think it's also odd. I think we need to focus. Marilyn is all about saving the world from me, Nora, and Tommy, right? We're such a danger to society. But let's put the focus back on her. Where did she come from? Where did she come from? And why did her entire personality go from one person to a whole different person? She's an entirely different person than she used to be. Go back if you don't believe me. She was the sweet little knitting lady, and now she's nothing but like on a warpath rampage. She attacks everyone. Think about that. I want you to think about it. Think about it. Okay. Because I make my living off the YouTube. Just give me something I can use. Osa loves it when we lose. They love dirty laundry. Well, I could have been an auditor, but I wound up here. Yeah, Scientology up north. On that note, I have also derailed, and I don't look any better than Susie. Okay. I got to get some sleep. Oh, I'm not going to get some sleep. I have to stream in an hour. Damn it. Well, at least I'm going to get some snacks and put on a better shirt. Okay. Tommy's going live in 7 minutes. I'm going to go live with him at 8:15 Central Time on Colton Crims. Be there if you want to. Don't be there if you are a square. I don't recommend it. We let our hair down. And if you're Maryland, I'll stop there. Thank you for the money tonight. Thank you for the super chats. Thank you for the memberships. The gifted memberships means the world to me and Hux. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Mods, thank you for protecting us. And I'm sorry for my mouth. What's the Colton Crims topic? I have no fucking idea. I haven't even talked to him. Tampa B, I don't think so. But I really couldn't tell you. I don't know anything about this world. I'll see everybody over there, and I love you guys, and I mean it. Thank you for supporting tonight. Thank you for all of it, and I'll see everybody tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday. I'll be here tomorrow afternoon. All right, here comes Fred. Bye.